Rams fans, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to pop in here before we totally start diving into Rams Titans talk, as that is our week 2 opponent, as we'll be entering the bone zone for week 2. But I wanted to let you know, I just wanted to throw in my own little small disclaimer here, and that is that it's already going too fast for me. This build up to week 1, that was absolutely awesome. We had a lot of time to get ready for this one. We're already done with that, though. We're a game in and heading into week 2. So I think this is just my little reminder for you just to soak this in, okay? Because this is shaping up to be what could be a very fun year for the Los Angeles Rams. So I just want to give you that reminder of just take a beat, take it for what we don't need to know what week 18 is going to look like right now. We're just going into week 2, man. Let's just have our time, take our time, and enjoy this for what it is, which is just going to be a really fun season of LA Rams football. I am Sheriff Joe Baggs, 50% of Tuna and the Sheriff, which means we got to bring in the other half. Tuna, sup?
What is this lovey-dovey? Let's enjoy
I'm
football.
feeling
I want it now.
sentimental, dude. I'm sentimental this morning, and I don't know
I want
why.
it
I was just
now.
thinking about it, you know?
I got icy hot on my neck, and I'm ready to rage because I had to go a full day yesterday without football, and I'm not joking. I legit had to text my girlfriend. I was like, I feel weird today. I feel sad, and I think it's because I had so much football over the weekend. I don't have any today. It's I was having withdrawals for sure. You know what's going to help with these withdrawals?
What's that?
If you take a look at what I'm popping up on the screen here,
Yeah,
you know what just came available?
yeah. Also, I was going to talk about this because the internet's been cracking me up.
We got rivalry jerseys. They're available.
It was so funny. So I popped onto Facebook this morning and I see in one of the groups that I'm in, one of just like those overloaded groups that has way too many people in it. People were like, "Where are the rivalries jerseys? They sent today." And it's like, dude, it's 6 a.m. LA time. Give it a minute. Just give it a minute, my guy. Like, what the hell? Like, and I've seen that all morning is people just absolutely losing their minds about like, "I said today," and it's like, dude, chill out.
Just dropped 3 minutes ago. We've got
Yeah,
so
caca.
good news. We've got game jerseys and we have the limited jerseys, which
Oh,
if we're
oh,
being honest,
bad.
with Fanatics quality, there's no difference. It's the same shit. So go for the cheaper one.
You got to go Fuse. Fuse or nothing. Fuse.
I'm sorry.
Fuse is the only
I'm
one that can
sorry.
fit me.
I'm sorry. I don't get me started because I can go on a Fanatics rant for an hour. I have a personal beef with them.
Tuna. Dude.
Fanatics is the worst thing to have ever happened to the sports merchandise and paraphernalia industry.
Right.
The quality has gone down ever since they've taken over the monopoly with Nike. Across all sports, quality's gone down, price has gone up. These are glorified dry fit shirts. I'm still going to buy one. Hear me out. But there's no difference between current NFL jerseys, this iteration, and you go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get like a workout dry fit shirt that's got like the Nike logo right here.
Yeah.
Same thing. Those $40 shirts are the same things as jerseys.
Also, the quality is just absolutely terrible. So I like this shirt a lot. This is one of my bone shirts that I absolutely love. This is a new one though, because my other one, in fairness, I did have it for a little bit and stuff like that, and it saw like the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it saw SoFi and stuff like that. But the fading is absolutely, it's comical, man. The fading is absolutely atrocious. The fact that the fact that I needed to get a new version of my favorite shirt because it faded so fast is so annoying to me, man. Fanatics quality.
You want to talk quality? NFL re-sign with Reebok. Speaking of Titans week, we have an OG Earl Campbell jersey. An OG one. An OG one. Okay. Like this right here, dude. These things are so good.
Some of the jerseys I've got in my closet are absolute pinnacle, and then everything I've gotten recently, except for I'll give them. Fuse is at least decent, because the other ones literally don't even fit a human body. I don't know what they're designed for, but the Fuse are at least the ones that I can actually wear and look like I'm not, a toddler. So that's good.
So we differ on that. I say these monopolies have enough money. If you feel inclined to buy official, save your money, save the $40, get the cheaper one. Or hey, there's some factories are the same on some sites. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's all I got for you.
Hell yeah. All right. Rivalries out, though. Make sure you check them out. Those are absolutely incredible looking jerseys. They're going to look sweet on the SoFi field later this year when the Rams take on the Seattle
Oh,
Seahawks.
yeah.
We'll get into that when the time comes. This is, though, week 2 Titans week. It was very easy just to erase the X and the E and then put in the I and the T from all my stuff from last week. So Texans to Titans. It's a very easy edit.
That was so confusing. Don't
I'm
ever
so
confuse me
sorry.
like that again. You know how slow I am.
All
Work
right.
with me here, Joe.
Tried to be clever in there. Okay, so Titans week. Titans coming off of a week 1 loss against the Denver Broncos, just up the road from myself here. We got some numbers here to look at. Passing yards 176. Rookie Cam Ward coming in. Obviously didn't absolutely light it up. Excuse me. Sorry, these are defensive numbers.
Yeah,
But also
defense.
Cam Ward did not light it up.
Do you want to start offense? We can start offense. Let's start offense.
Okay,
Start
yeah.
offense.
We'll make
There we
okay.
go.
So 112. It was worse than I thought.
It was lower than that.
Sacked 6 times. That is something to keep your eyes on. And then I don't want to we just flipped over to this side, but also only got 1 sack on Bo Nix. So but sacked 6 times for Cam Ward. What are you thinking is going to be the situation for Cam Ward in this Chris Shula defense with these maniacs running after him?
I said yesterday to someone, I'm kind of glad this game is happening in week 2.
Yeah,
because this Titans team I watched about half their game last night. It was hard to get through. I'm not bashing the Titans. It was just a messy game. Both sides, even the Broncos, man. Broncos are supposed to be this playoff team. They didn't look like they wanted to win either. It's like both teams were like really disorganized on the offensive line front. Some of those opening drives for the Titans, like Cam Ward is scrambling around. He had a weird pass to Tony Pollard where he didn't even look at him, but he like threw it behind his head and got a completion. If not, he would have taken a 7th sack. Yeah, I don't know if that offense is doing him any good. A lot of it was not on Cam Ward. I'm going to be honest. He looked good, pretty accurate, got some drops in there. The team around him kind of let him down. But like I was saying, I'm glad this game is happening in week 2 because this Titans team feels like if we met them midseason, it'd be like a 7-1 Rams versus a 1-7 Titans, and somehow we screw it up. It's like one of those trap games. So I'm glad it's happening early. They did not have strong offense.
I tend to agree that I like that this is an early game. Second game for Cam Ward. It is the Titans' home opener. Obviously, they were on the road last week. So obviously, the line, the situation with the Titans' offense is that offensive line. I think that the Rams are in a position to be able to feast this week up front. But I think that also Brian Callahan and the gang, they are not stupid. You know what I mean? So they're going to see that this Rams front is full of absolute maniacs, and they're going to want Cam Ward to get rid of the football quickly, I'm sure. So that's what I'm looking for in this one. And then as far as the defensive setup for the Rams against the Titans offense, I'm not sure what we're going to see in the secondary. We saw Darius Williams not get I think any reps really on the defensive side. So, and actually, you know what? I want to toot our horns just a little bit with that, because we kind of said, coming into the season, we got 4 guys that are starting caliber, and then each week should probably depend on the matchup. It's not going to be D. Will and Akello outside. Yeah, we literally were like, it's going to be like, we're just going to mix it up. Forbes is going to be out there. Durant's going to be out there, and it will depend on the matchup, depending on who we see. And that's exactly what happened in week 1 against the Texans. And it worked. No touchdowns given up by the Rams.
Yeah. I don't think I was the only one that called it. I think I got it from one of the coaches must have said it, that they feel they have 4 starting cornerbacks. And that they would be week up dependent or matchup dependent. We were just one of the earlier ones to actually believe it, because when everyone's talking about, who's starting, what's the depth chart going to look like? Yeah, it's like I don't think it really matters that cornerback position. It's really just going to vary week by week. They liked the matchup last week in having Akello and Forbes with that matchup, because you got 2 bigger body guys. So you definitely want Akello out there on Nico Collins. You definitely want a Forbes who, even if he's not the biggest, he's long and he's super athletic. Shit, even Kobe Durant looked really good at the slot getting that interception. So yeah, they like their matchup a lot. I think the key for the defense, because I'm gonna assume the best out of any like coaching staff. Like, hey, obviously you're trying to win the game.
Yeah.
So at the times they're trying to win the game, they're going to try to establish the run first, do everything they can to not just have Cam Ward throw it 28, 35 times, because that's just if he's throwing it over 25 times, I think you're losing the game if you're the Titans. Set up the run, take away the run for the Rams defense, make Cam Ward throw. So alternatively, stop the run, make him throw a shit ton of times, because he's a rookie, man. He's very talented. Got a hose on that shoulder of his, but yeah, make him throw.
Under 50% completion is definitely something to under 50% and sacked 6 times. It's like this almost seems like, if you look at just the box score from the Titans Broncos game from last week, this seems like everything's setting up for the Rams to just shut out the Titans this week. It feels like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like a good matchup for the Rams defense. If you look at the way that the Titans won, I don't believe that. I do think that there's going to be some adjustments, and obviously we're a different defense than Denver. But that's what I'm saying, is that if you look at like what they did in week 1 and what the Rams defense looked like, it's like, oh, they're not gonna score. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And then Brett coming in here too, talking about Forbes, is like, if we can salvage Forbes, turn him into a dog. He corrected that. Dog, by the way. What a win. So yeah, and that's absolutely right, man. Because Forbes, I mean, obviously we traded for him for Nichols last year, and if he can develop into that guy, then yeah, what a win for sure. So good stuff.
I'll try to stay away. Obviously, fans can talk about guys however they want to, but I got to stay away from using terminology like that, like salvage or stop him from being a bust. He was never a bust, man. Like, he wasn't there. He wasn't in Washington long enough. Obviously, they had a lot of changes themselves.
Yeah,
it just didn't work out, and that happens sometimes. Like, I mean, like Baker Mayfield wasn't a bust. He just didn't work out. You know, you go to teams, you go to coaches. Sometimes all it takes is, do these guys even like me here?
Yeah.
Like, you imagine you going to work and no one likes you there, or you don't like anyone there, or you miss your family, or the weather is a little bit weird. Like, yeah, man, like maybe going to a new job probably makes you way happier, and you start playing like your normal self. So
totally.
Having spoken to Emmanuel in training camp, like it's no surprise. Like, he just wants to work hard. Like, he put on muscle. He just wants to be great. So not surprised that he's playing really well right now.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to put up that defensive graphic here, let's look at what they did to that Denver offense here. And honestly, Denver offense, I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it either. They're fine. I think that they can do some stuff, man. I like Sutton. I like Nix and the gang, but overall, yeah, overall, I think that, 151 rush yards, that is kind of nice, because that could mean that if the Rams can find some ways to exploit that run defense to kind of gain some momentum in that realm before heading up to Philly, I think would be big. The passing yards there that they gave up, the 176, I think that was simply because they didn't need to, throw it all over the place. And in fairness, Titans have the lead 3 separate times. They kept on kicking field goals and taking the lead there. But Denver just kind of was able to quietly, and I kind of use that word deliberately, like kind of quietly just take the lead and finish the game. So nothing crazy.
It really felt like both teams were trying to give the game away. There were some, I don't know what Bo Nix is doing on some of those throws. But I mean, the Titans forced 3 turnovers. You got to be decent to force turnovers in the NFL. I mean, it sounds very basic as fuck to say, but you can't suck and luck your way into multiple turnovers. They're constantly going to want to punch the ball out. Saw that happen a few times. I think they forced 2 fumbles, but only recovered 1. I got to read back that stat sheet. But yeah, the rush yards, I mean, they're susceptible to the run, man. It's not going to come from Matthew Stafford read options, so we need Kyron Williams to get on his high horse and get going here.
Straight up. Yeah, just the 1 sack, too. That's coming from Jeffrey Simmons, and that's something to note because the Rams' interior line with a couple of injuries to Steve and Kevin. No word on if they're going to miss. Actually, today is the day that we'll kind of get our first hints at their potential availability. So we'll kind of look for that. I'll definitely mention something on Ram Showcase will be recorded tonight, so we'll talk about that, of course. Good. But But Jeffrey Simmons up front, I mean, he's got the ability to wreck any given play at any moment. So obviously, I think that probably my favorite matchup with the Rams offense against the Titans defense is honestly Coleman Shelton calling out those
You read my
protections.
mind.
I
You
think
read my mind.
that's absolutely perfect, man. Because I mean, you go back and rewatch games. Coleman Shelton had an incredible week 1, and I think we're feeling it, man. So I'm looking for him in this one.
Do you know ball, Joe? Are you reading my mind? Are you
I
showing how much
may
ball
have-
you know right now?
I've met Ball from time to time.
We're acquaintances. Like
Yeah.
we know of each other.
I've been at parties with Ball before, you know.
I've never heard someone take that conversation that way before. Bravo. No, I was literally going to say that I'll be watching Coleman Shelton. I should go back and watch the film just to see some tape on how he handled some stunts, because obviously Jeffrey Simmons is capable one-on-ones to just beat anyone in the league.
Yeah.
It's a good litmus test saying, hey, welcome back to the Rams. Let's test that communication. Let's test that protection. Let's test your strength straight up. And it'll be a good test for whoever those guards are too. So I think the bigger impact would be losing Dotson. Just because I think at if we're comparing their points in their careers, I think Dotson is further along development-wise than Avila. I think Avila is still trying to find his groove to establish himself as a top 10 guard in the league. The drop-off from Avila to Limmer, if he has to step in, I think isn't as drastic as Dotson to Limmer. I feel weird saying that because Avila is a fan favorite, but he's on my watch list because he's coming up due for a contract. He's got some injury problems. Like I hate throwing that on a guy, but it does suck. Like we've seen the Rams before move on from guys. If you're not available, as much as they love you, they will make that hard decision. And I hate putting that conversation in the air, but we're yet to see Avila take that step, and that's supposed to be this year to become elite. Like he's more than capable of it. Like I love Steve, and the Rams family loves Steve, right? He's got to do it. You can't be in a situation where, hey, Limmer can step in and take over your job just fine. It has to be a significant drop off. We have to feel that pain. So I really hope they're healthy, hope they're in there, but yeah, we need Avila to step up big time here.
I absolutely agree. I also think that it's worth noting that Bo Limmer is the one that stepped in, but I also think that it's not impossible that if one or both of these guys, well, I would say one can't go, then for my points purpose, that I think that Justin Dedich would be possibly the actual, fill in for that. He was inactive in week 1. So I don't know if Limmer is the plan to be the backup guard if one of these guys can't go. I think it would be Dedich. If both of them can't go, then I would imagine that Limmer would get that slot. But I think that Dedich is kind of like the guy for that. If somebody like Steve can't go, I think that's what we would see possibly. Is this Joakim or Joaquim? Do you know?
Joakim. I call him Joakim.
Okay.
And until we hear their voice.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's been Joakim in my
head. Or
head.
if you can spell it out phonetically in the comments, that would help us out a lot too. I agree. I think he did a really good job at right guard. At left guard, he definitely was kind of giving up some pressures, but I liked him at right guard. So, I mean, if we got to do a little bit of an offensive line shuffle, it's nothing that we haven't seen from this team before. So,
yeah. And then I want to go staying on the offense though. I know, facing that. Let me take it down. There we go. I know facing that that defense was tougher of a matchup than people are giving credit for, but there were some explosive plays left on in I did my film recap video yesterday. That's up on the YouTube. And there was 2 plays in particular, and they were actually ended up being completions. Like one was that deep dig to Puka, I think in the third quarter. And then the other one was the Devontae Adams streak down the left side where he had that back shoulder. Clean. On both those plays, the opposite receiver was wide open, burned his man one-on-one coverage up the seam. And if Stafford held the ball for maybe a half second and just looked over there, he would have had at least one 60+ yard touchdown to either one of those guys. Not a question. It wasn't even close. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come back to those looks. You know how McVay is. He likes to come back to things that they miss. So Yeah, I'm hoping to see more explosiveness this week. That's my.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think that because I kind of noticed some of those things too. Is like, ooh, man, he's got this guy, and then it goes somewhere else. Saw that kind of live and stuff, but I think that ultimately that's kind of the product of missing some time in camp and stuff like that. So, I mean, obviously, it's Wednesday. Stafford's already seen that on tape, and he's already like, okay, cool, got it. So I mean, it's one of those things where to kind of look at the tape of a game and be like, okay, miss that. That Stafford's the kind of veteran that can now take that into the rest of the season and be like, okay, when I see this defense, I also need to check this guy because he might be way more open than the guy I'm trying to get the ball to. So it'll come up.
My question is, I'm trying to figure out which jersey do I buy.
I'm actually not going to get one. I'm not going to get a rivalries uniform. And it's simply put because we're only wearing them 3 times ever. They're awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love them a lot, but I'm not going to get one for 3 total games that we're going to wear them. I'm going to get a mini helmet if they have those. That's what I want.
Okay. Black is my go-to, so I gotta get one. Gotta
it's
get
not
one.
Black Tuna. God.
Sorry, midnight. My bad.
JB just tweeted the Devontae difference was exactly as forecast in terms of Rams alignment. Puka Nacua set up in the slot on a career high 64% of routes in week 1, 10 catches for 130 yards and in just 38 snaps. Crazy. Puka, by the way, on pace to be absolutely one of the top receivers. Spoiler, though, I'm going to be talking about it tonight. I think that Puka is going to be possible triple crown. That's all.
Puka on pace to be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Also, I wanted to mention a few things of things that we were not seeing in week 1. There's a lot that we did see in week 1 and all that good stuff. Most notably, a few weps, dude. A few weapons. I'm talking specifically Terrence Ferguson and wide receiver Tutu Atwell. 2 names that we figured to see a lot more of. 1 catch for 4 yards between the 2. That's going to the Tutu train, of course. And I have my own conspiracy theory. I sent it to you via SMS text message. But Tutu, that one, we just got to find ways to get him the ball in different situations, I think. And I'm just not sure if it happens with us. I feel like he goes somewhere and explodes next year, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm alone.
I think it's very similar to the conversation we were having with cornerbacks. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think it's matchup dependent. I think, and this is something I have no proof for except for vibes, is I think the mindset across the board, everyone's bought in to fuck your personal stats. Like, you'll get paid as long as we win a championship. Like, the money given to Tutu Atwell is not really hey, we're gonna use you like crazy. It's a buy-in, like, hey, we need you. You may not be a 1,000-yard receiver. Maybe you're a 700-yard receiver. There's gonna be weeks where you don't have a catch. There's gonna be weeks where you have like 150 yards off 4 catches, like some crazy shit across the board. Same with Darius Williams not playing. Same with Terrence Ferguson not seeing any time. It's just help us win the game. Doesn't matter. Like, win games, you'll get a payday at the end of the fucking year. I really think it's that. That's my conspiracy theory, at least. Vibes check.
Yeah. So my my conspiracy theory is that
yours is more fun.
Yeah, is that the Rams only put Terrence Ferguson on special teams because we got a game in week 3 in Philadelphia, and that's when we're gonna get Terrence Ferguson unchained. All right, he's right now we're still holding them. We're still holding them back. In Philly, though, it's like, all right, go. And that's where.
No. Phrase it how you texted me. He's what? Terrence Ferguson is what?
I have no
idea. You said he's so sick that they don't want to unleash him until Philly. That's how sick he is. He's too good. He's too good. Yeah, you said he's so sick.
I don't remember how long ago was this.
It feels like ages ago, but there is some truth to it. You might actually be right in a sense. I know I was pulling up Wyatt Miller's tweet yesterday that week 1, Rams we're in 12 personnel 42.1% of the game. 2 tight ends. This time last year, 15%. And I think they only used 12 personnel like in the teens. I think it was like 12% or something all year long. That's why you keep 4 tight ends. They're going through, you know how McVay is. He'll burn through someone until they show you they can't do it. Now it's time for the next guy. We're at Parkinson. We already know he's not the most insane pass catching threat. He had that fumble. Yeah. He's 1 or 2 more mistakes away from, all right, throw the rookie in or more Davis Allen or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that fumble is really unfortunate too, because I'm also in the group that is like, dude, everybody would have fumbled. That was such a good hit, man. Like, I don't know.
After I watched it,
that was so tough, man. So it's like, I realize we're all mad at Colby for letting that one drop, but as I was looking at it, I was like, I think Higbee would have fumbled that. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, that was just a hell of a hit.
Defender timed it perfectly.
Gotta remember, the other guys paid too, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just all us and like, oh, if we screw up, then it's like, oh, we suck or whatever. It's like, but other people can make plays. Sometimes the opponent just makes a really good play on us. Like, that does happen. I think that was the case there. And fortunately for us, Nate Landman come in and, got one back. So incredible.
And that's that'll be one of the last things I say on this today's episode is that was something that was missing. I know on the back half of the season, there was, more sacks, turnovers get cost from sacks, and that playoff run was magical. But for the majority of the season, there was that turnover machine missing of like just the spark. Yeah. At any moment, you're so much better than the opponent that you'll just get a takeaway, like a random turnover. That the margin of error was so small where like the offense had to be perfect because they just weren't generating turnovers. And seeing how Landman was able to do that, I think we're going to get a lot more of that this season where, hey, even if shit's not perfect, force a turnover, have a crazy play just to turn in your favor because you need some luck too to win games.
Yeah, it's and also we have so yeah, it's a hard fumble. Don't put that on Colby at our ball. Jesus, you get it. Anyway, but he says Joe sounds like yo, so like yo.
Damn it! I was wrong.
So Joachim is what I'm reading. Is that I think that's correct. So I hate to, you know what? You can do what you want though. Okay.
No, I'm just disappointed I was wrong.
Also, did you see Rams revealed with Nate Landman and JB Long?
I did not watch it yet.
Okay. I'm really glad that JB opened with the clarification on the pronunciation because everybody says Landman. And I was like, there's no way. It ends in M-A-N. That's not how you pronounce a last name. As a person who has a last name that ends with H-A-M, you never pronounce that ham. It's always you know what I mean? So he actually opened with that and he was like, is it Landman or Landman? And he's like, it's Landman, but Landman is fine. It's like it's kind of stuck, whatever. So he's like, I don't.
It doesn't help that Pat McAfee was butchering his name. That's his name, Landman. That's a perfect linebacker name. It is a perfect linebacker name for some reason.
We have, but Landman and the Land Shark, which is I don't know which one's more dangerous, honestly.
Got all the elements.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, and we actually have Jesus, hell of a way to spell that. That's awesome. This is Rams Town of the game's awesome. I got fired up with watching that, man. It was absolutely incredible.
Love that. That was that. I don't know what camera they were using for that, but I was locked in. Like it felt like I was on the field. I was like, dude, that is my favorite media that the Rams PR puts out. Is the sounds of the game. That camera they're using was so good. So
I like that one a lot, but I think I would say my favorite thing is Behind the Grind, and then number 2 is Rams Revealed. I love the Rams Revealed. You get a really deep look into guys, which I really like. I do have to go to work here, but I wanted to ask you, do you think it's going to be a trend that Kyren Williams is the heavy favorite getting all the carries, or do you think that we see Hunter and or Corum get more than one at some point?
Hey, McVay said he's looking to get him more involved. It's not like we've ever heard that before. It's not like that's a ongoing McVayism every single year. I think at worst, Kyron's not giving up more than he's not dipping below that 80% threshold, unless it's like, hey, you're up by 20, like Corin get some reps. It's just that's just your running back. Like you can you say if you want, but like if you're starting running back and go, you're gonna give it to your starting running back. Like
what got me was the people that were like they were mad about Ferguson, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I wanted to see him too, but also there's not accidents. You know what I mean? Like it's not like going off the field. Walking out to the locker room, somebody was like, oh, what you didn't use Ferguson that much? And like McVay's like, oh, Ferguson. Oh my God, do you think he's mad? Oh my God. Like, again, that's not what happened. Like he knew what he was doing there. Did it totally work out? Not necessarily. I think the tight end room overall did not play killer. I liked the general getting in there for a touchdown, obviously. But Parkinson, I don't know what the hell, why he was getting so many reps over the other guys. Higbee, 0 receptions. Ferguson only playing teams. I don't know, man. But I feel like that changes as the year goes on. So
we'll see. I mean, it's matchup dependent. Receivers were open.
We're in the bone zone this weekend, by the way. We're supporting it.
Is it full bone?
Bone. We don't know yet. I'm sure we'll learn today, but we already have our pants picks in. You went with bone. I went with Royal. We got Peo and Rams House in Seoul. So
that sucks that you're starting the year off wrong. That's crazy.
I'm gonna be so right, dude. All right, I gotta work. Favorite. We'll end this with uni combos.
Favorite uni combos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start controversial as fuck. I love the blueberries. I love all blues.
The worst one we have. My number one favorite, bone on soul.
You're still wrong. It's bone on bone. You gotta go full bone. You go full bone or no bone.
Matching pants to jerseys is always a call. Always a wrong call. You know what one we haven't never seen that I used it in Madden the other day, and I actually really like the way it looks. White on bone. Yeah.
I'm gonna for the new uni. Midnights. I like the midnights. They look great.
Fair enough, man. I'll give you that one. Give me Royal on